Hi YouTube, today I'm going to do a review of the Taurus 738. I have a checklist I'm going to go write down, and to start off I'm going to go do a safety check on this gun, just make sure it's actually safe to handle. I can see the light of the day in the magazine well, no magazine in it, and also no round in the chamber. I also have a magazine here with nothing in it. The name is, like I said, the Taurus 738. It's actually Taurus 738 TCP. TCP stands for Taurus Compact Pistol. The caliber of this gun is actually 380 ACP. In case you don't know kind of the difference between a 380 and a standard 9mm. 9mm usually have about 115 grains of powder behind them, rather 380 typically has about 90 to 95 grains of powder behind them. Mag size. It came with 2 mags. They hold 6 and 1 in the chamber if you want to. When I was going through my booklet when I got this gun, it talked about a extended mag, but Taurus doesn't actually make one yet. I'm hoping that maybe one day they do, because I'd be curious to see if this gun would still fit in the pocket pretty nicely. One thing I didn't put on here, but I want to go over, is what it actually came with, because I thought this was a pretty good deal. For $265, I got 2 magazines, and I also got a side holster that you can put on your belt, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. The gun size, this gun has an overall length of 5 1/4 inches long. It is 3 3/4 inches tall. The barrel is 2.85 inches long. The width of this gun is actually 0.87 inches, and the weight with one unloaded magazine in the gun is 10.2 ounces. The action of this gun is actually double action only, which means that every time you pull this trigger, it actually has to pull the hammer back so it can strike the firing pin. I don't know if I can get it to see in there, but you can start to see that hammer comes back as I'm pulling the trigger until it reaches its sweet spot to where it'll let go and strike that firing pin. Safety systems. What I really like about this gun is, even though it's double action only, it makes it so it has a heavy trigger pull, which is nice. That it actually came with 2 keys, where in the back right here there's a little hole where you can stick this key in, and you turn it clockwise about 180 degrees, take it out, and it locks the trigger. That trigger is now locked, so I can't fire the gun. I think that's a pretty nice little safety system. You don't have to go and buy another trigger lock. You can just use that. The other safety system that this gun has is a 1 in the chamber indicator. Right here where you can see that little bit of red, when there's 1 in the chamber, that'll actually come out a little bit. Right now it's flush with the gun, as you can see, but when there's 1 in the chamber, it sticks out a little bit. Sights. On this gun, there's fixed sights. They lay pretty low. The reason that they do that is because this is for a pocket. If they made big bulky sights, when you try and take it out of your pocket, those sights are going to get caught on your pocket, and it's not going to make it very nice to put in and out. Disassembly. When I first got this gun, the disassembly of it was actually kind of hard. But since then, I've disassembled it a few more times, and it's become more easily. But what you do is you would drop the mag out, you pull the slide back and lock it, and right here is a pin. It says actually in the manual that you're to use a screwdriver. You put the screwdriver under there and pop that pin out towards you, and then you can just let it go and the slide would come forward and it would come apart. Warranties of this gun is this gun comes with a complete warranty for the life of the gun, which is nice because I can sell this gun to someone else and the gun will also be warranted even though they aren't the original owner of the gun. A couple extra features that I like on this gun is, when I was looking at pocket pistols, now I could be wrong on this, it's just what I saw on the internet, so you know it doesn't have to necessarily be true, is that this is one of the only pocket pistols where the slide will actually lock back on the last round. which is a really nice little thing because then you can just take your next magazine, put it in there real fast, and just, if I can pull it back, and let it go, and it'll chamber another round, and you're ready to go. The other nice little feature that I liked about it is it's got a locked breech, which I didn't really know what this was when I bought this gun, but I've looked into it, and I actually really like the concept of it versus a blowback design. On a blowback design, all the energy after that round is shot is forced into the back portion of the gun right here so that the slide will go back and chamber another round. Rather, a locked breech design, as you can see when I start to pull the slide back, the barrel actually travels with the slide for a second, which makes it so the round has more power going out. On a traditional blowback design, as soon as it shoots, it starts to come back and it breaks that seal, letting some of the explosive power come out. Rather, this, it contains it for that much longer. And also, that barrel tips back, so it starts putting some of that recoil energy down into the grip. So, you know, when you shoot a gun, a lot of the time it likes to kick back like that. Mind you, this gun still does that because it's really small, but it helps reduce that. This gun, as you can see, I'm 6'4". I have big hands. I can only get 2 solid fingers on this gun. My pinky can't get on there, making it so when you do shoot it, it does like to pop a little bit. This gun isn't necessarily the funnest thing to shoot, but that's not what it's for. It's not to take down to the range and shoot 200 plus rounds through it every weekend, but rather it's made as a reliable gun. I've shot 200 rounds through it and haven't had a jam yet, and I trust that when I do need a gun, that this thing will come and this thing will work. And that's basically my review of my gun. I appreciate you watching, and just stay safe out there. Thanks.